I'm going to be ranking the best shooting guards right now in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 25 to 30 of the best shooting guards in my team. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below who are your guys' favorite shooting guards to run in my team right now, and of course, let me know what you guys would change about my tier list, and if I do miss any shooting guards that I don't put on this tier list, let me know their names and what tier they are. So like maybe I miss a good diamond shooting guard or just a diamond shooting guard you guys want to know where I'd rank them, let me know their name in the comment section down below. But first shooting guard here on the tier list is going to be Galaxy J.R. Smith. I would say he's probably in the B tier spot, kind of somewhere in the middle. I think he's a very decent shooting guard. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan, and he's going to be good on the offensive end. 98 3 ball and 94 mid range. I mean, the card's got some amazing Hall of Fame shooting badges: Agent 3, Amped, Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Corner Specialist, Deadeye, Guard Up, and Limitless Range as well. So I mean, there's no question that this card can shoot the 3-ball very well. Has a super good jump shot. 2 with a really quick jump shot. Sigs wise, I will say aren't the best. I mean, this Ray for Allison size up is super bad. Like, it kind of does that like a, I don't know what it's called, it's just that weird size up animation where they kind of throw the ball between their legs, and it's just a really bad size up animation. But other than that, I think he's got some okay sigs, and I think the card's decent. Like I said, probably going to be in that B tier category. Another B tier shooting guard I think is actually going to be the Pink Diamond Artest. I know he is outdated in the sense that he hasn't came out in a while. Like, his Pink Diamond I think came out in October or something like that, if I could actually spell his name right. But he came out October the 28th, so he came out a while ago. And I think when he gets his Galaxy Opal, if they juice him up like this, he could be a really good shooting guard, because the fact that he came out that long ago and he's still in the B tier category, it's because of his jump shot. They gave him some pretty good dribble sigs, but it's mainly due to his jump shot and his defense. Like, the card, on both sides of the court, being a very good defender and very good in the offensive end, I think he's probably still somewhere in the B tier category. Maybe he's a little bit lower. You could probably argue C tier. A guy that I'd put in C tier though is probably Devin Booker, but now that I think about it, I think I might throw Booker down to D tier, because unless I'm tripping, I know some people do like to use this card, and he can be very effective if you know how to do those like step back threes with him. But for me, I just don't think this card's really that great. He came around the same time as a guy like Artest, but I think Artest is definitely better at the shooting guard spot. I'm gonna keep Booker in probably D tier for now. Maybe he gets moved up to C tier later in the video. Andrew Wiggins, I think, is probably going to be our first S tier shooting guard. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I want to put him in the S tier category, but I do think for now we'll keep him in S tier. I think he's probably that 5th best shooting guard in the game. He's a very good rim runner. He's 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan. Like I said, really good at getting to the rim. Has a 98 driving dunk, 98 vertical. He's super fast, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, and he's a very solid defender as well. I think that's probably the most underrated thing about this card, is definitely going to be his defense. Like, he's very elite on the defensive side of things. Jump shot wise, I think he's got a pretty easy jump shot to Green. Obviously going to be on quick timing. And then sigs wise, the MJ dribble style is pretty nice. Kobe Bryant escape, the card can move a little bit, but just going to be mainly good on the defensive side of things, and then obviously being really good at going to the rim. So for me, Andrew Wiggins going to be our first shooting guard in S tier. Now, Dillon Brooks, is it crazy to say C tier? I'm not really the biggest fan of this card. I just personally don't like his jump shot. He's a 6'6" shooting guard with a 6'6" wingspan. He is going to give you some really good defense, but for me, I just don't think that jump shot is very good, and his sigs, like, he has no good sigs. So I think for me, honestly, it might be a little bit surprising, but I would take Artest and J.R. Smith over a guy like Dillon Brooks, so I'm gonna throw him in that C tier category. Now, Kobe Bryant, I think, is a very interesting one. I want to throw Kobe in A tier just because of his stats and badges, because he's super well-rounded and obviously does have a great jump shot, but the main flaw about this card is 1000% going to be his movement and his dribble sigs. Like, basically, his dribble sigs are terrible. Like, the Kobe Bryant dribble style is terrible. Even the Devin Booker size up really isn't that great. I mean, the only good one he has is the Kobe Bryant escape, which is, pretty much on every card in my team. So I think stats and badges wise, this card is still super elite at the shooting guard spot, and I think he's deserving of at least the A tier category. I don't think he's a top 5 shooting guard anymore, but I would say he's probably somewhere in like the top 10 to 15. So I do believe, at least for now, he deserves to be in that A tier category. Jimmy Butler, I think, is probably very similar to a guy like Artest. I think I would honestly take Artest over Jimmy Butler at the shooting guard position. I think it's a very close debate. Jimmy's definitely the better defender. Offensively though, Artest got a way better jump shot, way better at creating his own shot. So I think they're very similar in the sense that they're both really good defensive shooting guards, but I do think they're both going to be in that B tier category. Vince Carter, I don't think there's really too much explanation needed. 1000% a top 5 shooting guard. If you guys don't know, forgot to mention it earlier, but my S tier is going to be my top 5 shooting guards in the game. Obviously, Vince Carter going to be in that top 5, so definitely deserving of the S tier category. Now, next shooting guard is going to be Cazzie Russell. I think he's just going to barely miss out of the S tier spot. Between him and Wiggins, I think that's probably the debate. Wiggins is a better defender, a better slasher. The only thing that Cazzie does better, I mean, he's got maybe a better jump shot. That's definitely arguably, you know, you could definitely argue that or debate that. Definitely dribble 6 wise goes to Cazzie Russell. He's got way better movement, able to create a shot a lot easier. But I think for me, Wiggins is a tiny bit better. He's got that size, that player model, the wingspan, all that type of stuff, and he's going to be better for the meta of the game this year. So I do think it's a close debate between Cazzie Russell and Wiggins, but for now at least, I'm gonna have Cazzie Russell in A tier. Cedi Osman I think is also in A tier, another very elite shooting guard. I do think he's actually kind of underrated. Like, he's just so nice on the offensive end. He's 6'7", got a great jump shot. I think Cedi Osman probably an A tier. Is it crazy to say Klay Thompson in C tier? I just personally don't like this card's jump shot too much. He's not a bad defender, but he's not that fast. He's not that good at going to the rim. He's a solid defender. His jump shot, I mean, if you like his jump shot, then maybe you throw him in B tier, but I think it might be a little bit surprising. I'm gonna go Klay Thompson in C tier, which is kind of funny, you know, Klay and Dillon Brooks in the same tier. But Dr. J, 1000% gonna be in the S tier category. I don't think he's a top 3 shooting guard in the game anymore, which is a little bit crazy to say because he's a dark matter with 20 Hall of Fame badges, but he's just really missing that jump shot on quick timing and a little bit better dribble sigs. I can promise you guys right now, if he had the normal leaner, jump shot on quick timing, let's just say, for example, the De'Aaron Fox size up, because that's what I think that's what they're giving most of the shooting guards. Like, you know, Terry Dischinger I think has it. I'm pretty sure it's also Vince Carter as well has that De'Aaron Fox size up. So for example, if he had that sig, you know, that jump shot on quick and then the normal leaner and maybe some more badges here and there, maybe some, you know, touched up stats a little bit with an evo or an update, I mean, this card is probably the best shooting guard in the game, or at least top 2 or top 3. But with the jump shot being on normal timing and a little bit slower, he's still going to be a top 5 shooting guard, but probably number 4 or number 5. Like, I think him and Wiggins is definitely a fair debate. Grant Hill, I think, is probably going to be in C tier. I mean, he's just a worse Artest in my opinion, kind of a worse Jimmy Butler, good on the defensive end, but just doesn't have a great jump shot. I think he's probably going to be in C. Now, DeAndre Hunter, if he had a good jump shot, would 1000% be in the A tier category. His stats are super well-rounded and is a very, very good shooting guard, but his jump shot, I feel like, is very similar to a guy like Dillon Brooks, and they're just not good releases in my opinion. So for that reason, I'm gonna probably throw DeAndre Hunter in the B tier category. Iguodala, I think, is actually a very, very underrated shooting guard because of the defense he provides you. Like, he's gonna be one of the best locks in the game. He's a 6'6" shooting guard with a 6'11" wingspan. I mean, just take a look at these defensive stats and badges as well. I mean, the card's gonna give you some great perimeter defense. Also does have a 92 block, 92 interior defense, so he can hold his own, you know, underneath the basket. He's got a 95 driving dunk, 95 vertical. He's pretty fast with like 94 speed, 94 acceleration. I mean, my only flaw for the card is going to be his jump shot on normal timing. If he had that on quick timing, I think he possibly could be a top 5 shooting guard in the game, or at least higher in that A tier category if his jump shot was definitely quicker. Now, Jalen Green, I think, is probably going to be in C tier. I'm not really the biggest fan of this card. He is good at going to the rim. I don't like his jump shot too much, especially being on normal timing, and he's obviously not going to be that great of a defender. So I think for me, he's probably going to be in C tier. Zach LaVine is an interesting one because I think he's either high B tier or low A tier. I think for now I'm gonna go high B tier, but maybe he gets moved up to A tier later in the video because I think a guy like Luol Deng is just a little bit better. I mean, Luol Deng, 6'9", plays really good defense, has a good jump shot, and even has pretty good movement as well. So for me, I would take a guy like Luol Deng. I would take Luol Deng over a guy like Zach LaVine unless I needed just strictly offense and a ball handler. I think all around, the Luol Deng just the better shooting guard. Next one here on the list is going to be Dan Marley. I think he's actually a pretty underrated shooting guard. I don't think I can put him higher than B tier though. He just doesn't really stand out for me. He's a 6'6" shooting guard with a 6'9" wingspan. I will say though, he's pretty underrated. That 80 driving dunk, 85 vertical isn't the best. So he's just going to be more of like a 3-and-D shooting guard, being a very solid defender, you know, has a good jump shot on quick timing. MJ dribble style, normal leaner is nice. Would have been cool to see some other really good sigs, but I think Dan Marley B tier is probably a fair spot. Very good 3-and-D shooting guard with a really good jump shot. Michael Jordan, I think, is probably B tier. You can maybe argue C tier, but I think because of his defense and his all-around stats, he's just like a better Jimmy Butler. They both don't have great jump shots, but are going to be very good defensive cards. Scottie Pippen, 1000% going to be in the S tier category. For me, I think him and Vince Carter are easily the 2 best shooting guards in the game. For me, I don't think that's even up for debate. I mean, they're just too elite. They're just so elite to not be in that top 3 debate. You can argue if you like Vince Carter more, if you like Pippen more, and let me know actually in the comment section down below at the shooting guard position, who do you guys think is better between Vince Carter and Scottie Pippen? For me, I lean towards Vince, but I think it's a very close debate. Who is this? Chris Mullin. I don't really like this card too much. I mean, he could definitely shoot the 3 ball, but that's pretty much it for this Chris Mullin card. I would say probably in C tier. Wesley Person, even though this is a little bit crazy to say for an Amethyst card, is he an A tier? Because this card is an absolute demon. I'm gonna throw Wesley Person in A. You guys can let me know what you think about that, but I think this Wesley card is actually super elite. He's got a great jump shot, 96 3 ball, every shooting badge in the game on gold. He's got Hall of Fame Agent 3, Hall of Fame Limitless. I think he's probably actually going to be an A tier. Another A tier card is going to be Ricky Davis. I think he's just a worse Cazzie Russell. Very similar shooting guards, both great on the offensive end. Terry Dischinger, I think, is going to round off our S tier category, being probably the 4th or maybe 3rd best shooting guard in the game. I think that's up for debate. If I had to rank the, the S tier category, it probably looks something like this. Vince Carter 1, Pippen 2, Terry Dischinger 3, Dr. J 4, and then Andrew Wiggins 5. But that's definitely a close one between these last 3 spots. I think Vince Carter and Pippen, definitely the 2 best shooting guards. And then T-Mac, I think is probably going to be in B tier. He's a 6'8" shooting guard. Jump shot isn't that great and not that good of a defender. And then the GOAT, greatest shooting guard of all time. If you know, Corey Maggedy going in that S tier category, the greatest shooting guard of all time in my team. If you guys know the joke on my channel, you'll know why. Corey Maggedy, the absolute demon, the absolute GOAT, gonna be in the S tier category. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my shooting guard tier list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.